Welcome to Divine Sleep TV. I'm Crystal, your guide for tonight, and I feel so blessed that you are joining me here tonight. I'm already in my pajamas, I've got my bonnet on, and I'm settling in just like you. I know exactly what it is to have a heart that's beating a little too fast and a mind that's rehearsing every what if scenario while the rest of the world is quiet. But tonight, we're doing things differently. You don't have to carry those worries into your dreams. There's a beautiful story in the Bible about a storm. The disciples were terrified, convinced the ship was going down, but Jesus was right there with them, fast asleep on a pillow. He wasn't worried, not because the storm wasn't real, but because he knew who was in control of the wind. In Philippians 4, God invites us to be anxious for nothing. That feels impossible when you're alone in the dark, doesn't it? But the verse continues, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. So tonight, I'm going to be your partner. We are going to take those heavy thoughts and hand them over to Him one by one. You aren't alone in this room. He is here. If this is giving you even a little bit of peace, I invite you to subscribe to this beautiful community that we call Divine Sleep TV, where we make resting with God a nightly ritual. Let's rest. We'll begin with a slow release of the entire body, not rushing through any area, but really giving each region the time and attention it deserves. Bring your awareness to your forehead. Notice any subtle tightness in the muscles there, the slight tension that sits just above the eyebrows without you even noticing. Allow your eyebrows to settle downward into a more neutral expression, as if gravity has slightly increased, encouraging the muscles to soften more than usual. Your eyelids may begin to feel heavier now, a natural response to the slowing of your nervous system. Let that heaviness deepen without resisting it. Shift your focus to your cheeks, the muscles around your nose, the hinge of your jaw. If your jaw tends to clench or tighten throughout the day, you may notice that even now there's a subtle grip there. Let your next exhale be a cue for release. Allow your teeth to separate ever so slightly, just enough to signal to your jaw that it does not need to hold anything in this moment. Let the muscles along the sides of your face lengthen softly, as though they are tired of holding tension and finally have permission to rest. Bring your attention to the back of your neck, a place where effort loves to accumulate. You may not realize how often you brace yourself throughout the day, mentally, emotionally, and physically, but the neck remembers. As that warmth continues downward, your shoulders may begin to drop. Not dramatically, but subtly, as if they're recalibrating themselves into a more natural, restful position. Allow your shoulders to widen across your bed or pillow, letting the muscles along your upper back soften, releasing one layer at a time. Now bring attention to your arms. its natural heaviness, and the way that heaviness increases ever so slightly as you disengage from effort. Imagine warm, steady light gathering at the base of your skull and slowly beginning to travel downward, gently releasing any pressure or stiffness along the spine of the neck. Notice the weight of each arm resting against your bed. Let that sense of heaviness move through your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and finally into your hands. These are signs that your nervous system is downshifting, transitioning toward deep rest. Each finger begins to relax individually, as though the physical tension is slowly dissolving from the inside out. Bring your awareness to your chest. Notice the rhythm of your breathing. Steady, gentle, non-demanding. With every inhale, imagine spaciousness expanding across the chest cavity, creating more room for air, more room for calm. With every exhale, envision that same spaciousness softening. Let your stomach relax as well. You do not need to hold your core in place. Let it release. Let it expand naturally with your breath. Now move your awareness to your back. Upper back first, then middle, then lower. Feel how the entire length of your spine is supported by the surface beneath you. Imagine a slow wave of warmth moving downward from the upper back, passing through every muscle group, unwinding tension that may have accumulated from posture, stress, or emotion. Let your lower back sink deeper into the bed, fully supported, fully held. Shift attention to your hips. Allow them to widen, to sink, to settle into their natural alignment. Let your thighs relax. Then your knees, then your calves. Notice how your legs grow heavier the longer they remain still. Your ankles release. Your feet soften. And your toes relax one by one, as if giving themselves permission to completely let go. Your whole body is now entering a state of meaningful rest, a kind of rest that prepares you for a deep, uninterrupted sleep. Begin taking slow, steady breaths, not forced, simply intentional. Inhale through the nose, feeling your chest and ribs gently expand. Exhale through the mouth, slowly enough that the release feels like a long sigh. As you breathe, imagine a sense of calm gradually filling your body. This calm does not rush or push. It arrives gradually, the way dawnlight gently expands across the horizon. With each breath you take, your body is signaling that it is ready to enter a deeper state of relaxation, a state that mirrors the quiet, steady reassurance of God's presence. I'd like to invite you into a visual scene, one designed to encourage your mind to drift gently away from the day. Imagine you're standing at the entrance of a quiet path at dusk. The air is cool but comfortable, and the sky is tinted with shades of pale gold and muted lavender. This path is calm. This path exists solely for your restoration. As you take your first steps, you notice the soft sounds of leaves moving under your feet, not crisp or loud, but gentle, rhythmic. There is a stillness here that mirrors the presence of God. Steady, supportive. The more you walk, the more your thoughts begin to slow, like a stream settling after a long day of movement. Your breathing synchronizes with your steps. Slow, natural, unforced. You begin to feel the subtle sense that you're not walking this path alone. There's comfort with you, a quiet, peaceful presence that doesn't need to speak to be understood. As you continue down the path, your body becomes heavier, your mind quieter, your spirit calmer. This journey continues gently and gradually. You're not rushing to arrive anywhere. You're simply walking into deeper rest. Your mind is beginning to soften. Your body is almost fully released. Your breathing has entered a therapeutic rhythm. Take a moment to notice how your body feels now compared to when we began. You may find that your muscles have already surrendered into a much deeper level of relaxation, or that your breath has become slower, more even, more settled. The shift is intentional. It is what happens when your nervous system recognizes that it's safe enough to let go. As you breathe, I want you to imagine God's presence resting around your body, like a steady, warm atmosphere. Almost like the air itself has been infused with peace and is now wrapping calmly around you, your shoulders, your back, your legs, letting you know that you can continue drifting deeper with absolute confidence that you're not alone. Let your next inhale gather that sense of peace, and let your next exhale release any remaining tension that you no longer need to carry into the rest of the night. I'd like to take you somewhere new now. Some are even quieter than the path we walked earlier. Imagine stepping out of the forest and into a wide, open field. A field covered in tall, soft grass that moves slowly with the evening breeze. The sky above is deep blue, a calm, endless canvas dotted with faint stars that have just begun to appear as night settles in fully. You step into the field, and immediately you feel the openness around you, the spaciousness to breathe, to release, to exist without pressure. As you walk further into the field, you sense someone walking at your side. There's no sound, no footsteps, no sudden movement, just a steady awareness of a presence that has always known how to calm you, how to anchor you, how to guide you. This is God's presence, quiet, familiar, steady. You don't need to look over or confirm it. The awareness is enough. You simply know that He's walking beside you with a peace that moves as gently as the breeze across the grass. Every step you take seems to release more tension, as if the field itself absorbs anything that weighs you down. And God's presence beside you, unhurried, unwavering, makes every step feel even lighter, as though you're slowly walking away from everything that ever tried to overwhelm your heart. The field continues stretching outward, and the longer you walk, the softer your body becomes, the quieter your thoughts become, the more deeply your spirit settles into a sense of quiet assurance that you're being lovingly guided into a night of full restorative sleep. Let's return to the breath for a moment. Not to control it, but to simply observe the way it moves through your body with more ease than before. Inhale slowly, feeling your ribcage expand with a sense of spaciousness that almost feels like a soft internal light. Exhale gradually, allowing that light to spread outward, relaxing the entire surface of your skin. As you breathe, imagine God seated nearby, not saying anything, not directing anything, just being fully present with you, like a steady anchor in the room. His presence brings the kind of calm that doesn't have to be spoken. It simply exists, and you can feel it supporting you as your body moves closer and closer to deep, immersive rest. Your breath becomes slower, your chest rises gently, your shoulders soften a little more, and you begin drifting further into that quiet space between wakefulness and sleep. Now let's move into a new scene. Something even more soothing, something that mirrors the gentle rhythm of your breath. Imagine yourself walking along the edge of a calm body of water, a lake at night, completely still, reflecting the soft glow of the moon overhead. Each step you take on the smooth ground feels easy, as if your body is naturally guided toward rest. The lake has a glass-like surface so that it's almost like a mirror, and as you walk alongside it, you feel the quiet around you deepen. There is no rush. You're not trying to arrive anywhere. You're simply walking in the quiet presence of God, who moves with you at a pace that feels gentle and deeply reassuring. You reach a small, smooth rock and decide to sit down. The air is cool, the night is calm, and the soft sound of water brushing against the shore begins to lull your nervous system into an even deeper state of stillness. God's presence settles beside you here as well, neutral, peaceful, like a steady hand on your back, reminding you that you can slow down, that you can fully release the day, that you can drift without fear. As you gaze at the quiet water, your thoughts begin to move like gentle ripples, slow, soft waves that gradually become smaller and smaller until the surface becomes completely still. This calm is contagious. It moves through your mind, your chest, your muscles, your heartbeat. You may begin to feel your breath deepen. Your eyelids grow heavier. Your awareness softens into a gentle haze that feels warm and safe. You're ready to descend even deeper into uninterrupted, peaceful sleep. Take a moment to notice just how different your body feels now. You may sense a heaviness spreading through your limbs, not a burdensome weight, but a soothing, grounding heaviness that tells you your body is ready to slip into restorative sleep. Your muscles might feel almost liquid now, as if they've softened beyond the point of effort and have reached a place where they're fully surrendered to stillness. Let your shoulders relax again, even more deeply than before, almost as if gravity has increased gently, encouraging them to settle into their natural position. Bring your awareness to your jaw and make one last invitation for it to release fully. Soft, loose, unclenched. Then observe your breath, which has likely slowed into a gentle, steady rhythm that supports the deepest stages of sleep. Imagine God's presence now as a quiet, steady atmosphere in the room, a kind of calm that does not shift, does not waver, and provides a consistent sense of support, like a protective stillness around your entire body as you prepare to drift. I'd like to guide you now into one final extended image, an environment designed specifically to help you release the last bits of tension and enter deep, uninterrupted sleep. Imagine you're standing at the base of a gently sloping hill at night. The ground beneath your feet is soft, almost moss-like, and the air around you carries a mild warmth that feels stable and reassuring. As you begin to walk upward, you notice a faint glow at the top of the hill, a soft, warm light that pulses very slowly, almost like a slow, steady heartbeat. You feel drawn toward it, not out of urgency, but out of a sense that whatever waits for you there is peaceful and deeply comforting. With each step, your muscles soften further, your breath deepens, your thoughts become quieter, as though the climb itself is aligning your body and mind with the deepest stages of rest. When you reach the top, you see a small, open shelter, simple in structure, beautiful in atmosphere. It is illuminated by a warm, shimmering light that doesn't flicker or fade. It remains steady, gentle, and soothing. Step inside. Immediately, you sense the presence of God here, not in any overwhelming way, but in a quiet, constant way that feels grounding and incredibly safe. You settle onto a soft surface, almost like a bed made of warm air. And the moment your body makes contact, you feel layers of tension dissolving one after another. The light above you is steady, like a warm canopy that casts a sense of calm over your entire being. This place is designed for rest, and you are welcome to stay here for as long as your body needs. Let's shift the breath again, not to control it, but to simply join it in whatever gentle rhythm it has chosen. Notice how your inhale is now softer, how your exhale releases just a bit more deeply with each cycle. As you breathe, imagine God seated nearby, a calm, steady presence who watches over your rest without needing to intervene. Your breath may sound or feel quieter now, as if your body is instinctively preparing to drift into the final stage of sleep. You might feel tiny waves of heaviness moving through your arms, your legs, your chest, your eyelids. This is your body moving closer to the threshold of sleep, and you can allow it to continue without needing to guide it anymore. My voice is simply here to keep the path smooth as you transition. As you settle, even deeper, I want to bring your awareness to the consistent sense that you are not alone tonight. The presence of God remains steady and supportive, not demanding attention, not requiring anything from you, simply existing like a quiet anchor that keeps the atmosphere around you calm. In this final stretch of wakefulness, you may notice that your mind is drifting in and out of focus. This is natural. This is healthy. This is the beginning of deep sleep. God's presence remains with you here, in the drifting, in the releasing, in the quiet that surrounds you. You are supported. You are safe. You are allowed to rest. As we reach the end of this journey, allow your body to become completely still. Let your limbs feel heavy, let your breathing soften, and let your eyes drift into the comfort of sleep. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to think, nothing more to hold. God's presence surrounds your rest, calm, steady, peaceful. Allow yourself to drift slowly, silently, comfortably into deep, restorative, uninterrupted sleep. You're safe. You're supported. You can rest now. I love you, and God loves you.